Hello, this is Mr. Schmidt from Diamond Oaks Automotive Service Technician Lab. We're here to explain part 2 of our smoke check with our Snap-on Smart Smoke. We were checking for intake leaks. We have our intake manifold removed, and very quickly we're going to explain how idle air control valves work. So we have our intake plenum off. So now what we have here is we have a supply hose that comes over to our idle stabilizer valve or idle air control valve, and then this end connects to our intake manifold. So as I said with part 2, we were going to remove this, and this is where our smoke was leaking out. And you can just see just how brittle, as I go and push and pull on this, that this old hose actually is. So when it would warm up, it would seal up shut, and then when it got disturbed with doing our head gasket job, our hose split, and that's why we created a poor idle condition. So now, the purpose of the idle stabilizer valve or idle air control valve. We have our airflow meter, so as our engine's running, it's drawing air through our airflow meter to tell the engine computer the volume of air. And then what we do after that, the computer figures out the quantity of fuel to inject for the quantity of air that it saw coming in. That's just standard on how fuel injection works in a nutshell. But in our intake manifold, we have our throttle body that'll open and close, and that's what allows our engine to accelerate. Well, what this does is this bypasses that throttle body, that butterfly, and then we're just creating a controlled bleed to go past our throttle body right into the bottom of our intake manifold. So basically, instead of opening and closing our throttle body to adjust the idle speed, this does it electronically, just bypassing our throttle body so it functions. So this is part 2 follow-up with our intake manifold removed. We can see our split hose that's down here. We have all of our factory Porsche hoses that are going to go under the intake manifold. We also have a brake booster check valve. We also found that was broken in advance before we even had to smoke check it. So we're going to put these hoses on, and we're going to show this completed and running here shortly on part 3. Thank you for checking, and again, this is Mr. Schmidt Automotive from Diamond Oaks Career Campus here in Cincinnati, Ohio.